Hi, I'm Lorna, and today I am going to be doing a video about how I got type 3C diabetes. So, going back to when I had my youngest child, Henry J. He was 10 weeks old when I first had my gallbladder attack, um, which was very, very painful. I'd have gone through birth a million times than have that pain. And the only way I could get rid of it is throwing up, so it stopped the pain. But not all that would not always be the case though. I actually left it that time. We rang 111. They just said take paracetamol, whatever. So I did that, and then it happened again, and I went into hospital. My partner came with me. He left, and I stayed in for a few days. So Henley J was 10 weeks old at the time and had to stay in. Sorry, brain just farted. Like, forgot what I was mentioning. But yeah, I 10 weeks baby, 10-week-old baby at home. I have two other children too, Caden and Tiana. Um, sorry. So I was in hospital for a few days. I had an ultrasound scan on my gallbladder. They confirmed that I had a bag full of stones. Discharged, told me to lose weight, then to come back and get the surgery. Obviously, I didn't listen. I was really stupid. Worst thing to do is not listen to a doctor. Because obviously a doctor's a professional, they know what they're doing, they know what they're saying. Anyway, still had attacks now again until 4 days before the 19th of August 2019. And I had another attack in the night. I had actually two attacks in one night. So all I could do was crawl to the back kitchen and get crawl to the kitchen and get hot water bottle done, and some ibuprofen, which obviously helped it. Second time I had to do the same. That helped it too. Next day, woke up that day, and I just had, the niggle. There was a pain there, but it wasn't like obvious. It was just sat there, but it wasn't to the point that you couldn't get on with your day. So I would, sorry. So I would, so I would just get on with my day like you would. 2 days later, like that day, the fourth day, the 19th of August 2019 was the worst day of my life ever. Like, completely ever. I thought, a friend asked me to go to the park with her and her children, so we did. I took all three of my children. And just as we was about to leave, uh, I was eating an apple and drinking some flavoured water, and that's when it all went wrong. Went down so quick. Tried to shout my friend, she couldn't hear me. A local girl that lived in the village, she tried getting her mum to come out to me, but I'd already gone by that time. Absolutely amazing people in this village. I started walking home. I wasn't really walking. It was like I was crouched over in pain. I was wetting myself, which I don't care. It's when you're in that situation, I don't think you care what's going on. But I kept peeing myself. My trousers were so wet. It was unreal. Like, yeah, it was just unreal. Anyway, I got halfway home, and then someone in the village who's no longer with us, rest in peace to him, he gave me a lift home, and as soon as I opened his car door, I just threw up. And his advice was, "You need to go to hospital now." So we got my partner's dad to come out and take me to hospital, which he did. He went fast. He wasn't messing about. We'll say he got me there quick. Got to A&E, couldn't walk in, had to get on one of those, like the hospital wheelchairs. They took me straight in because I was just in so much pain. I was screaming. Gave me morphine, filled me up with fluid. That was it. Not sure what was going on after that. And I think I went for a CT scan, which I don't know what happened. I was so out of it on the morphine. I don't remember a lot of it. So 2 days pass, and I was in ICU in Scunthorpe General for 2 days. My lungs collapsed, but I didn't notice at the time. And I got transferred to Hull Royal ICU. So yeah, that was quite of a. I was blue lighted there because of the severity of my condition. So yeah, it was a bit of a journey. So when I got to Hull Royal, not me knowing that my lungs were collapsed. No one told me what was going on. I was so confused, so scared. But I had to have one of them CPAP machines, so it like covers your whole area, like here to here. So like there's no gaps. You're strapped up. I do have a picture of that I'd like to get out one time. And yeah, I kept taking it off because I didn't like the feeling of it. Because what it does is it just gives you that breath, so it helps you breathe. So while your lungs are not doing the job, it pushes that air in. And I think they're actually used now for COVID, when you get COVID and if you're in hospital. I think that's what they get used for now as well. So it was pretty, good for the thing.
17.3 millimoles per litre and changing
Got high
slowly.
blood sugars, just eaten, so they should go down soon. But yeah, so I had to get the nurse, because the nurse was like, if you don't do this, you're gonna die. If you don't keep it on, you're gonna die. So the nurse sat next to me and calmed me down, told me like, a bit about himself. It was nice. It was nice to just feel like cared for. Because it was a scary situation. It was really scary. So over the next few days, I was having CT scans, bloods, everything else. I was really poorly, really quick. I'd actually I had a bleed somewhere and they couldn't find it. So when they did find it, it was actually in my pancreas. So in the end, I was diagnosed with severe necrotizing pancreatitis, which is, yeah, I've had all three, so the severity of it was unreal. So yeah, I got diagnosed. My organs were shutting down, so I had sepsis at that time too. catheter in, I had wires all over. In the end, they actually put me in a coma because my body just too tired. And the doctor rang my partner and told him to get up here quick. He was actually going to sign, to sign it, where you sign it before you have an op. But he wouldn't sign it because it, obviously, with every op, there's always that risk of dying. So I was like, I'll sign it. I don't care. I'll sign it. My partner's crying at the side of me because we've been together for so long. It's like 13 years now. At the time, it was 11 years. So going through everything already, having 4 children together, it's a big thing. So yeah, he wouldn't sign that, so I signed it, and I just said, I'm sorry, but I'm tired. Like at that time, I didn't know, but I had sepsis, and my body was it was overheating, and I was just so tired. Like your body is so drained. So they said they was going to take me for an op, but they didn't. They put me in a coma. Try and let my body just deal with it, if you know what I mean, without me being awake, and giving my body that time to do what it can, to fight for me. Well, my body try and fight for me. But I don't think that went as planned. Because then it started shutting down all my organs. I actually had to have an operation where they actually removed 80% of my pancreas. So that's why I'm a type 3 diabetic, is because it's pancreas related. I don't have a full pancreas that helps me regulate insulin like anybody with a full pancreas. Not everybody. People with a type 1 is slightly different. They still have a full pancreas, it doesn't work like it should normally. So that's where they would be classed as type 1. But because I don't have part of my pancreas, I'm a type 3C. It's not very talked about, this though, type 3C, which is actually quite upsetting, because I'm sure there's plenty of people in the world that have type 3C and they're just brushed off as type 1, which I am. I do have a sensor. So this sensor helps me with my blood sugars. Obviously I have a machine where I can finger prick it for an accurate. See, this is only it's not accurate, but it helps a bit. So like I've just said now, my sugars are quite high because I've just eaten, which is fine. It'll go down soon because I've taken my insulin in my breakfast. But yeah, put in a coma, sepsis, trying to kill me off. So I was put on dialysis to clean out my blood, put back in. I was on life support machine to help me breathe. I've got pictures I really would like to show. So yeah. I don't know who was my consultant at the time because I was in a coma. There were so many doctors looking after me, it was unreal. But in the end, I got a consultant called Dr. The Stutter. He is Hull Royal Castle Hill, the upper GI doctor. Absolutely amazing guy, and he saved my life. He's the one that operated on my pancreas, because the day before they operated, I actually got told, well, I didn't, my partner and family got told that that was it. I've only got weeks, months, days left to live. And we have that recording too, so I'll get my partner to try and put that in another video. So yeah, that's how that went. I had, in the end, because I was in a coma for a month and 9 days, I lost the use of my legs. Then I got a blood clot in my upper left shoulder. So my left hand stopped working. So when I come round, I had a tube in my neck, which is a tracheostomy, which helps you breathe. It's like a long-term one, which is, it really did. I had lots of scars down here. I have scars on my stomach from the operation because I had to have a ileostomy, which is your small intestine pushed out of your stomach. I have pictures of that too. And so I was with a bag for about a year. It saved me, that's what I'll say. Even though it wasn't the nicest thing, it was the best thing at the time, because part of my bowel had to be removed as well due to sepsis. But luckily I survived. I absolutely thrashed sepsis and I'm absolutely over the moon. I'd actually about a year and a few months before I went into hospital, I'd actually lost my nana to sepsis, which at the time my partner didn't let the nurses tell me that I had sepsis due to that. So in my coma, amazing dreams, I tell you. I had some weird ones, but amazing. I got to see my mum, who visited me in my coma, which was absolutely surreal. A bit upset when I woke up and, she wasn't there, and knowing that she actually passed away, because I don't remember a lot of things from before I got ill. So that's quite a thing. Sometimes I ask questions over and over again about what happened and why it happened, and but yeah, I'm still here. I was in Goal rehab as well, the neuro I can't remember, but rehab. But I was accepted there because Castle Hill couldn't look after me due to my stoma being naughty. So they brushed me off and wouldn't take me back, which was really upsetting. I was a bit gutted, but hey ho. So neuro rehab in Gould took me on. I was to and from Castle Hill and Hull Royal, but in the end I was actually in Castle Hill. So Castle Hill Ward 11 I was on, and ICU at Castle Hill is where I went. So not sure how I got there, but I got there. But yeah, I was really shocked. When I woke up, I just was like, wow. I was irritated, I was anxious, and not thingy. So they did have to put me back in a coma and then do it, and then slowly take me out of it. So yeah, that was pretty fun. Not really, but I remember just like trying to shaking my neck, and if I kept doing it, my trachea would come out. While I was in the ICU, my tracheostomy did fail me at one point, so I did get, basically the nurses had to rush my dad out, tell me an emergency, had to put a brand new one in. While I was in ICU, they didn't take me anywhere, they just did it there and then. That must have been scary for my dad. My dad's been my biggest supporter, as well as Ashley, my partner. They've been there day one. My dad's all I've got left as a parent, because obviously my mum passed away 14 years ago this year. In Castle Hill as well, at the cancer unit. So yeah, and I was still in and out of hospital after I got into rehab because I still had what we call fluid collections. And every time I'd have one, it was sepsis related. So I had a lot of CT scans throughout the 9 months I was in hospital. To then, I have a letter that I'd like to get out one day and read it out to you what happened. But I had a sepsis collection, as they call it, and sorry, I got like blue skin. Anyway, why is it so irritating when that happens? Went in one day. I can't remember what's the date. That's why I said I've got a letter that I'd like to get out and try and tell you. But I went in one day, and this is at Hull Royal. I'm on ward 60, and I go for a CT scan because obviously my abdominal fluid is coming out my stomach, so I got a hole in my stomach from it. Which it's all right, but it's painful when it's about to pop. Anyway. Went for a CT scan, but I kept telling people, I kept being sick after I had the CT scan with the fluid, with the CT contrast, and I kept telling people, look, I'm not too well, I'm throwing up afterwards, Anyway, the nurse was like, that's a bit weird. Anyway, went for me thingy, couldn't do it in the morning, so I went after tea, only to have a severe anaphylactic shock. So I'd been telling people for quite a while that I didn't feel right having this CT scan. I didn't feel right with the contrast anyway. I had a fit. Had to be, my whole face blew up. I look fucking, sorry for swearing. I just looked really big. My throat was shutting up on me. So I had to have 2 bouts of adrenaline. Was rushed to the resus in Hull Royal from the CT scan. But apparently I was actually fitting beforehand. But what I said to her is then, please get the pictures you need, because that was not worth it if you didn't get the pictures. Luckily they got the pictures, and now I'm officially allergic to CT contrast. So that was another fantastic day. It wasn't. It was the worst. It was second worst. So I was back in ICU for the night just to let the swelling go down. Then I was discharged the next day back to rehab. I was in rehab from 7th or the 14th of January till I think it was the 5th of May. Not 100% sure, but I'm sure it was around that area. So I was in hospital from 9 months straight. Rehab, absolutely amazing. You could not ask for a better team of people to help you become a better you. I am now walking, not I do have days where I can't. My feet will just swell up and I can't do it. I have water retention on my right ankle, so I could have a full day doing something, like even just pottering around the house, because I don't do a lot. I just potter about, and my feet will just blow up like balloon. I have so many. I now have to have diabetic eye screenings. I have, because of all the blood clots, I'm only on a certain contraception pill, which is like annoying because I prefer, the implant, but I can't because of some of my blood clots. But this is my little bag of magic. So you have obviously your insulins. That's my needle. Obviously I've used that, so I'll have to put it in a yellow tub. These are what you have to use with your insulin needles. You just throw the pens in a normal bin. If I'm having a low, what we call the hypo, I will take 2 of these. So yeah, Minova Rapid and Mitugio. I'm on that. I would like to try and find out if I can go on a insulin pump, which would be a lot better. But I'm guessing that's it. I'm on medication 4 times a day. That's it for the rest of my life. I'm only 31 and I have a hell of a lot of medication. Well, I think it's a lot to me. I'm on 2 different vitamin tablets. I'm on Creon. Creon is a tablet that helps digest your food. I'm on folic acid. I have high cholesterol, so I'm on them tablets. I have, God, I can't remember what I have, but I have a few. I'm even on these at the minute as well. Antihistamines or something like that. Because I keep coming out in hives, we don't know why. But yeah, there is a lot more to it, but I just want to I started doing this so I could help others, like, even if we just became friends, but I appreciate everyone that does watch my channel. I know this is my second video, but I just want to thank everyone that liked my first video and watched it, and everyone that's subscribing. Thank you very much. It means a hell of a lot. But yeah, that's it. I'm still alive. Made it to 30, which was fantastic. Now I'm trying to lose weight, which is even better. Not doing well this week, which is a bit of a bummer, but I'll get back onto it properly and just sort my head out. I think that's what I need to do. But yeah, I'm really grateful for all of you that watch. Thank you very much. I'll be doing another video in a couple of days. I think it'll be Monday now, due to my kids being at home. I'm not getting it word in edgeways. So thank you for watching. Bye bye. Peace.